Well, here we are again. Now, I know that I said the other day when I did a Stalker video that I wasn't planning on doing another one anytime soon, or even another one again, but in hindsight, actually, while I was apprehensive of making this like a YouTube thing, turns out it wasn't actually too bad of an experience. I actually quite enjoyed the relaxed kind of atmosphere and environment that this game provided. Almost kind of like a space to just really talk rather than actually focus on the gameplay too much. Which was quite fun, in hindsight. I feel like it's different than the last playthrough. Yeah, okay, got a bit emotional towards the end and stuff, but I don't know, I think there's space in this kind of game, in this kind of format, to be a bit more lighthearted, be a little bit more open, and tell you some stories about me when I was a young man and all that stuff. And, well, like, I'm usually quite busy, as I think I mentioned several times in the previous video, but no matter how busy I am, I always seem to be able to find time, at least every couple of days, to sink some serious time into this game. So if I'm ever too busy to do the Baldur's Gate thing, or the Resident Evil thing, or even a Dawn of War thing, I mean, this is always a nice fallback to content, I suppose. And I think talking about just random stuff doesn't feel like it's intruding too much on our time here in the zone. So yeah, why not? I'll since the feedback was quite good from the last video, why not keep on keeping on? Now, you might notice that we've no longer got our friends from last episode. I did come back all the way here, handed in all the missions, and I've got a fair few new things to look for. We've got some mutants on this side to kill. We've got a fair few stashes to actually pick up, so potentially some good loot going. No green stashes there, sadly. Got some deliveries to make over in Cordon. And I've also got a mission from our main dude over there. Don't know whether we're able to sneak in and give this back to Butcher, considering that this place is probably overrun with learners and the goodies again, but that's fine. That's okay. We can make things work. Also got some missions over in the army warehouse, so if we have time, depending on how successful we are, might go grab the crate built at the military base and do some turf wars and just a general good stuff like that. So we've got a nice little path to follow, shall we say? We'll do a big circle, come back here, and if we have time, we'll go through the dangerous truck cemetery and go through here. It is about 6:15 in the morning, so we've got plenty of daytime to go through. And I've also popped all my stuff in a nice little safe chest inside the bandit base, so if we find any more gubbins to pinch, we most certainly can. It's always an option. We are bandits after all, so stealing things is kind of our MO. And just look, beautiful. In fact, can we even see it on top of the hill, maybe? A glorious sunrise. Look at that. Bloody love this game. It's the closest thing to feeling like you're going outside, or actually going outside. Isn't that really what you want in a video game such as this? Ooh, what are you? Are you a baddie? You are... Oh, you are freedom. Freedom people are good. I even see if you actually want to join us on our little walk. Because I always prefer to have friends that can absorb bullets for us. But whether they want to go for a walk with me, I don't know. I don't know how expensive they might be to join us, but they seem to be stuck on the bridge that our friends were stuck on in the previous episode. In fact, let's go run towards them and say hello. We'll lower the gun because I don't want to insult them. Hello, Petra Caesar. How are you doing? Looking for an escort squad. Interested? For 2,000? 24 hours? How much money do we have? We've got stuff, and I'm in no rush. Yes. 24 hours is all I need. Come on with us. Come join us, Mr. Freedom People. Although, come walk this way, maybe. Oh no, they're just really keen on looking at the bushes. Can I nudge them? Is nudging a thing that can happen in this game? Hello. Nope. Okay. Alright. They'll join us eventually, I'm sure. Fairly certain. Anyway, yes, our mutants that we need to shoot are on this side of the river. Now, can we cross the bridge, I wonder? How safe will that be? I'll have to wait and see. Don't like these bushes and the way that they rustle towards us. Don't like them at all. Yeah, they just basically just stole my money and thought, yep, thank you for the money, noob. We'll see you next time. That's okay. But yeah, so, yeah, I just thought, yeah, sharing some stories and stuff, that's always good fun. See, this kind of game always makes me think of one trip that I took when I was a young man. So, long story short, a long time ago, I had this really big fear. And the fear is that one day I would become homeless and have to live off the land. Like full-blown Bear Grylls. Well, not Bear Grylls, because obviously he's not real, is he? But, you know what I mean, like, having to rely on... Hey, Johnny, yes, there we go. They know where their bread's buttered. Which requires a little bit of motivation. Now, can we avoid being zapped by disease? Take that, Nurgle, you can't get us today. God, just look at that. Sun rising. Love it. Yes, I was absolutely convinced that one day I was going to be homeless. Oh, can we not run on this bridge? Do I have to jump on it? Yes. Okay, we're just gonna have a running. Let me get the sprint animation going, please. I've got to walk, and there we go. Look at that. It's like trying to jump in Dark Souls. It's not an impossible task, but we get there in the end. Oh, are we finding up people? Oh, you're coming around this way. Ah, of course, because you can't jump. Your AI won't let you. You can run through anomalies, but you can't jump. Okay, alright. So... But I just want to make sure that you guys are kosher. Cool. Yeah, so... I went on this big stint between the ages of like 14 and 15. Massively trying my best to learn all the skills necessary to living out in the wild. There's baddies somewhere. I can hear them. Off in the distance. It's a bloodsucker, I think. Oh, are you killing someone way over there? Well, let's go carefully, boys. I don't... Ah, yep, there we go. Bloodsuckers. I knew it. I know the distant screams of the damned and dying whenever I hear them. Now, bloodsuckers, if memory serves. Oh, well done. We've killed them. Whoever those freedom people were, they've killed them for us. Excellent. Yes. Cool, but maybe they've left some dead and dying for us to loot. That's quite useful. So yeah, I mean, it's also couples up with when I was a young man, for reasons too long and too arduous to really explain without making this video also a bit of a downer. I went through brief periods of semi-homelessness as a kid, which is probably where the fear actually comes from. I would have to spend maybe a night or two, never 2 nights in a row, but maybe like a couple of nights a week, kind of quasi-rough sleeping in nearby wooded areas. In my hometown, there's quite a lot of wooded areas that you can have access to. Ah, there's a body. Hello, friend. Have you got anything useful on you? You've got a functioning trigger mechanism, which will disable. Well, which will take you. Nice. We'll just take the rest of your bits as well. Anything cool on you? A dirty barrel. Ho ho. We can't take you for some reason. Why can't I take a dirty barrel? Oh, we've got no disassembling tools. That's a faux pas on my side. We should have really double checked to make sure we had all the tools. Might be able to find some while we're walking around. But yeah, I used to have to sometimes sleep out in the rough. And yeah, one time, me and my friend, or one of my friends, we thought how cool it would be if we just went out into the countryside. No plan. No nothing. Just grabbing some bits and bobs and going on this hefty walk. Now, outside of Hull, there's this place called Fort Paul. I could probably go for a little quasi-jog while going for this area. It's quite wide, and we can probably see where things are coming from. Yeah, there's a place called Fort Paul. Now, this used to be a large fort. on near the coast of England, on the eastern side. And it was originally built, as far as my memory serves, as a place to put cannons on in case Napoleon decided to take some French warships and come towards England through the River Humber, which is where my city is based on. And I say my city like as if it's my own. I don't own the city. I'm not the king of Hull, as much as I would want to be. But yeah, so that was there, and around the area is a large wooded area, and we thought, hey, we could walk there and camp out there for an evening. How fun would that be? Are you friends? Any friends in here? No, no friends, but there might be some resources that we can make use of. And yeah, so that was the plan. Anything in here? Nope. Nope, okay. Might as well save it as well, since we've gone for a walk. And yeah, so, but, you know, we was about, what, 15, 14 at the time. So walking there on our own, that was about a, let me get this correct, about a 15, 20 mile walk there. No, it would have been about 10, 15 miles to get there. And so I thought, right, okay, well, I've got my camping stuff, considering that I've prepared for this life on the road. So I had one of those water canteens. In fact, actually, I can even show you exactly what it looked like, because it looks like the exact water canteens from this game when the loading is done. Right, oh, moving tractor, we don't like that. Where are you? No, wrong button. That is not the inventory button. This is the inventory button. Yes, this is exactly what the watering can looked like. I had one of those. I had a fire striker. So it was, for those of you who have never seen one, imagine like a ribbed, a bumpy metal stick, and you've got like a flat metal plate, like a groove in the middle, and when you strike the metal ribbed bit, sparks come off. So it's basically a fire starter. Because I thought, hey, well, what if it rains? Can't rely on matches. And also, matches are expensive when you've got no money. So, and this was all funded by, so it was something called EMA. In fact, I must have been 16 at the time then. Must have been 16, yes. Because EMA was what I got when I first started going to college. This was a grant given to you by the government. If your parents earned less than a certain amount of money, they would give you £30 a week for attending college. And the idea was, this money was meant to be spent on pencils and bus journeys and other academic things that are required for people to go to university. And I spent it all on beer, band shirts, and, well, obviously supply, survival stuff. So I had the watering canteen, I had the fire lighter, I had a portable cooking thing, which again looked very, in fact, actually, it's probably why the game resonates so well with me, because it was very much like this. Very much like this. And a bottle of ethanol as well for cooking. I had one of those. I had a selection of cans of beans. One, because beans are good for eating on the road. They're easy to cook. You just basically put them on top of your field cooking, or what called field cooking kits. There were, oh, crackly things. Probably radiation. Let's move around, shall we? I don't feel comfortable walking through this area, purely because it's so narrow. So any baddies you see, you kind of have to confront them. That's okay, we've got our freedom friends, and they are a little bit better well-equipped than the bandit friends that we had. Sadly, Grinder was the only one who survived getting back home, but Grinder was our boy. Grinder was our main guy. And what else did I have? I had a fairly decent rucksack, and I had a belt. Now, I was absolutely obsessed with having a belt. In fact, even to this day, even if I don't need to wear a belt, I will still wear a belt, which is probably a hangover from that. Oh, look at that sunrise. Beautiful. Yeah, I'll always have a belt on, even if I don't need one, purely because a belt is remarkably useful for surviving out in the wild. I talk like as if I'm some sort of expert. I'm not, I'm just a plucky young kid who slept outside way too often. And yeah, because a belt, it's like, well, if you want to, You know, if you've got some heavy things that you need to drag, and you've got plenty of them, like say, for example, like, plenty of, like, long bits of wood, you can wrap a belt around them, and then, hey, well, you know, you can pick them all with one hand. Insanely useful. You can also... Now, are these all destructible boxes? Am I walking into my own death here? Maybe. Lots of vibrations going on. I don't like it. But... potential loot. Loot! Ah, there we go. We've got some bullets for a gun that I probably don't have. I like how these are vibrating. We'll see if we're going to walk in the middle of them and not get caught. Ooh. Am I about to walk into the middle of a anomaly field? No, we're not. It's not an anomaly field. We just need to be careful. That's why we're walking. Minding our own business. Please leave us alone, green dragons. Thank you. Nice. So, where was I? Yeah, so what else could a belt be used for? So imagine if you've got 3 long wooden poles or logs, usually branches, maybe about like year big or so, maybe a little bit shorter, but same kind of width. You get 3 of them. You'd stack them all up, standing up together in a row. You'd wrap a belt round the top of it, maybe a couple of, maybe like about like half a meter down, maybe a couple of feet down, depending on what kind of units of measurement you're using. I usually did things by hand, so about maybe a hand, maybe 2.5 hands down. And you would then basically take the middle one, spin it the other way around, and then bring it down the other side, and then what do you know? You've made a teepee. Or at least the skeleton of a teepee that you could then basically furnish with other lighter sticks to then make something that would keep you dry from the rain, which I tell you what, that did certainly save me from a couple of cold and wet nights. But thankfully, a lot of the times when I was sleeping out, there were... the place that I used to sleep in, depending on the night, weekends, were always those kinds of wooded areas, were always full of interesting characters. Very interesting characters that I daren't mention what they got up to. Certainly I was too young to understand. But it was dogging. People were dogging. I didn't realise what was going on. I thought they were fighting each other. I'm sorry, I know. This was back when everyone was innocent, and that was back before like porn was a main thing, so I had no idea what that kind of stuff was. And yeah. So thankfully there was actually like a load of like canopies that you could sleep under, and they were relatively dry. Have I walked past one of the things yet? It's a relatively safe journey so far. Not bad. Don't like this fog there. Normally, a place like this, you don't need your binoculars because you can see just over the ridges and stuff, but then again, our render distance isn't exactly amazing, considering that too much rendering distance does make the game go a little bit slow for my computer. My computer isn't exactly amazing. It's mid-tier. But yeah, so anyway, we went on this trip. And I thought, hey, it's going to be amazing. Me and another human being, we're going to go and we're going to show him all this cool stuff and how to, like, you know, live in the woods, and it'll be amazing. Let me tell you now, walking 10, 15 miles at the age of 16, you think you've got all the energy in the world. And you know what? It began very much like this. No problems, lovely weather. We got all the way to Fort Paul. There was like this nice little riverside village that we walked by, very picturesque. You know, there was like nice little murals on the walls. There was the sun was setting with the red light from the sun lapping off the waves in the river, which is very cool. We sat down there, a Huckleberry Finn almost, and it was just super chill and calm. And then we walked and walked, and we realised, hey, actually, a lot of this land around Fort Paul isn't actually free real estate. You can't just go up there and set up camp. Oh no, most of it is farmland area. And the woods that we saw as kids, well, they weren't woods anymore. To be bearing in mind that I've not been to Fort Paul for like... God, it must have been like... Before then, it must have been like several years, so all the woodland areas that I knew were either turned into... quad bike racing areas, or they were knocked down for more farmland areas, so there was very little places to sleep. But thankfully, it was a clear night sky, there was no rain in sight, so we thought, hey, well, there's this derelict field, no one's using it, there's no crops growing on it, so maybe we can just set up camp and, you know, watch the stars go by. And we did. We set up camp, I started cooking, and it was nice, you know, we talked about life and all the complexities of two sober gentlemen can do. You know, I mean, 16-year-olds, we're not smart, are we? Back then. But, you know, I'd like to think, in retrospect, that we weren't dumb kids. Oh, that is radiation, you could tell by the frazzleness of the screen. What if I walk around the side? Oh, don't crash on me, thank you very much. But watch out for all those zappy bits. Oh, that's more radiation that way. Is this whole bit radiated? What if I walk around the side? Is this also radiated? No, we're alright. Go for a light jog. And, yeah. So, one thing though, however, even though this was, I'm talking like this was like, maybe in spring. So, the days were warm, but very quickly, the evenings got cold. And in the middle of a field, where there's no chance of us walking across there, is there? Not with all these anomalies about. We'll go around the other side, it's fine. Nice, of course, if we can get through all this tall grass. Very dangerous stuff. Don't like this at all. But yeah, so it got cold quite quickly. Now, thankfully, another trick that I learnt was that bin bags, or you in the States might call them trash bags, are really, really good for keeping warm, because what you could do, that's an anomaly. I don't want to walk through an anomaly field. Oh, you're on the left-hand side, so we can ignore you. That's cool. Yes, are you water? I don't want to walk in water. I don't like all these little flickery things, because that means there's fire anomalies knocking around here. But yeah, so one thing you can do with a bin bag is you can fill it with leaves, as long as they're dry, obviously, or grass, or anything like that. And if you sleep on top of it, well, it becomes a bit like a cushion. Or if you fill it up enough and crawl inside of it, it becomes like an insulated kind of sleeping bag. Not comfy at all. Certainly not comfy. And you're probably going to sleep with a spider or two, but I wasn't too squeamish back then. If I saw a spider now, I'd shit myself, but back then you kind of sleep where you sleep, right? You don't really have the luxury of choosing where you rest your head. And yeah, so I did that. My friend, however, did not. I only brought one, because stupid me thought that, oh, well, of course, if I bring this, my friend will have the common sense to do it as well, but he didn't, so he was quite cold. And then just as we was going to sleep, we heard this rumbling off in the distance. And we thought, oh, that sounds like a really big car. Who's going joyriding? Oh, bloody hell. Don't scare me with that rustling, please. Severe lack of mutants, I've noticed. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's a lovely walk, but how far are we to the bend? I feel like we're just coming up to the bend. This place is usually quite a dangerous place. Usually people are hanging around about here. We ideally want to get over here to the campfire so we can save as well. Otherwise we've got a long walk to do again. But if we do, I'll cut it out for editing purposes. For entertainment purposes. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so we had this long, loud rumbling off in the distance. And turns out that the field that we were sleeping in was actually a farmer's field that he just left fallow for that year. Now, if you're unfamiliar, if you're a city boy like me, you might not know this, but sometimes when farmers have a field, they will leave it empty, or what they call fallow, and that's to let the nutrients in the soil get back in. Because if you plant too many crops in the field for too many times, there's no nutrients in the soil. So they're all like, right, we can't have that. Please don't plant us anymore. So they left. So he left it foul. And the field next to us, which is what we thought was a farmer's field, was full of sunflowers. So imagine we're 16-year-old boys. We think we know everything, but we actually don't. And we hear this low growling. We think it's a car, and it gets louder and louder and louder. And then eventually, on the other side of this wall of sunflowers, we see these bright lights slowly coming towards us. And we're both awake. We have no idea what this is. And, you know, like, the shadows of the sunflowers are, you know, they're growing longer and longer, almost like some sort of horror film is going on. And, yeah, eventually, it goes a little bit, it builds up, it builds up, it builds up, and then the noise kind of goes away. And it gets a little bit more calmer, and there's no more danger. I think, oh, that was weird, but now I'm awake. I was almost asleep, and now I'm awake. Let's have some more food. Maybe food will help us be calm and go to bed. So I set up the campfire-y thing again, start cooking some beans. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this noise just goes from 0 to 100 very, very quickly. And we see the tops. We even see the driver himself of a full-blown tractor coming in. We think, ah, shit, he can see us. And we didn't know what the rules were. We didn't know, like, if we got caught by a farmer, if we'd get thrown in prison for the rest of our lives, or whether we just get buggered by the farm. The country folk, they do things differently, don't they? You can't really trust them. So I panicked and knocked over my cooking equipment, which was full of ethanol. Now, bearing in mind that this is a dry field with very little in the way of moisture on the floor. And, well, what do you know? Well, I mean, the ethanol, which is on fire, just spreads, because ethanol is like water, isn't it? It just spreads really, really quickly. And dumb fuck that I am, thought, right, okay, well, best start stamping on it, because that's what I've seen on the TV and on in programs, that when there's a fire, if it's only a small one, you can stamp on it, and then that'll get rid of the fire. That is not how ethanol works. You cannot stamp out an ethanol fire. You've got to let it do its business. I mean, if you add water to it, it just spreads more. If you blow on it, it just spreads more. No matter what you do, I'm sure... right, that's what you're going to do. You're going to smother it. I know that now. You smother an ethanol fire. Preferably with something damp. Which, the only thing I had was a plastic bin bag full of dried stuff. So thankfully, I didn't try that. Ooh, what are you? You are... Stalker, right, so you're the baddie. We need to get you. So we'll go up here. We'll get the high ground. Oh, no, never mind. No high ground for us. Actually, we can get the high ground, but... Oh, look at these shots. Ah, don't kill us, please. We've only just got here. Oh. Are you guys not firing? Oh, because you're not... Oh, you're not enemies against them. Well, you're gonna be useless, aren't you? Right, best heal. Because these guys are gonna be absolutely useless apart from against... mutants. Right, just be gentle. Don't kill us yet. Please. Oh! Don't kill us. Pow! And... Pow! Oh, thank God. Right, fall back. And more healing. Oh, this is going to be so expensive. Worst bodyguards ever. Also try and get a bandage on there as well. Nice and calm. Nice and calm. There were two, weren't there? One seems to be occupied with other stuff. Do I have any pills? Let's pop a pill as well. just to make sure that we don't lose too much of our arm and leg health. Oh, I keep on forgetting that. Pill actually makes us quite woozy and drowsy. That's okay. We can fight while high. Oh, you are there. Die, please. Just let me live. I know I'm the baddie. Yeah! Sod ya. You colossal wanker. There's all of them dead? I think it is. Right, okay, well, I guess I know 2,000 bloody rubles for you guys as well. What a ridiculous idea. Well, now I know. Now I know. Let's eat some food while we're here. I've made some... I cooked some boar meat while off in the, off-screen before I started today's video. So that's fine. You've got anything useful? Ooh, you've got like an actual decent gun. I might take you with potential of fixing you another day. And then where was the experienced dude? Were you the experienced dude? No, you were further on down here. Near the tree, was it? It's hard to tell. Everything's really sketchy at the moment. Damn this lack of light. Do I have a light I can turn on? Yes, I do. Well, that was you. Definitely looted you, didn't I? Oh, no, I didn't. Right, okay, nice. You have rubbish stuff, but you do have a scope that we can pinch all this gubbins as well. Anything cool for you? Nope. That's fine. Okay, turn the light off. A casual walk. So, what? Did that not fill me up? It's okay, I've got some beans. Delicious and nutritious beans. Oh, now I need some water. Good lord. This whole eating and being alive thing is a real pain in the backside. Alright, the dead are being reported. Oh, radiation. Oh, but they've got some artifacts. Oh, can we just straight up just not walk through there? That's not good for us. Surely we can walk through there. It's the only place that we can really go. Go on, let us go through. There's another dead body there as well. Or some artifacts that we could pick up. Nah. Ooh, was that what got you? You are a lurker. Well, yours now. Go on, letters. No, right, that's why the things are spawned there. Fine, we'll just walk around. Mind our own business. We don't need those things. I could really do with saving, actually. And the next thing to save... Well, we've got a stash over there, and then this place over here. So that's what we'll do. Left-hand side of the road, that's where our stash is. And then right-hand side, straight from there, that is where our save point is. So we've got to be very careful. This is a lot of progress that we don't want to lose. That's why I like this game as well, is that, like... large spaces in between saves mean you've got to be really hyper vigilant. Which is probably not what we want in a casual conversation kind of video, but hey-ho. So yes, knock over the ethanol, fire on the field, dry things everywhere, and thankfully, it wasn't enough to start a full-blown field fire, but let me tell you, it certainly looks like it at the time. There must have been, because of the cold air evening, there must have been like some sort of moisture because it didn't spread too far, but the initial fear of, oh, there's blooming Farmer Maggot coming over the sunflower fields in his fucking tractor and blooming spreading a fire. That certainly, 16-year-old me was shaking like a shitting dog, as my granddad would say. And so we fled. We fled. The most manly thing we could do in that situation, we just ran. We ran as far as we could. Thankfully... Oh! We're in combat. Phew! If what? Oh, those things. It's a lot of baddies. Oh, there's... Oh, some mercenaries are watching us. Right, okay, so... That's good. Mercenaries are our friends. That dog, that's a big dog there. Or is that a pseudo dog? Why is there only one dog? There's normally a whole bunch of them. That's a big woofer. Big old woofer. Makes me think, where are the mercenaries? How could they see us? Well, at least mercenaries are friends. Mercenary and freedom. That's the natural friendship group of the bandits. Freedom because they don't care what's going on. Mercenary because they also don't care what's going on, so long as they get money. Which are much like bandits, except for that. Ooh, you... Over in the distance. So you, that's another pseudo dog. Be very careful, thankfully. Actually, are you coming straight towards us? Potentially. That's fine, we've got two friends that will actually help us this time. Yeah, so we ran. I managed to collect all my stuff before I ran. A little rucksack. Bounding down with me as me and my friend just ran. And we thought, right, well, we can't stay here, because what if the farmer is out looking for two boys? We're buggered around in this field. Are you hunting the pigs over there? The herd pigs. You are... Lord knows what the fuck are you? Not a clue what you are, but you're dead now. We'll probably have to kill those things if they're on our trajectory to... Yeah, they're right in the way of our... Lurtier stash. Unless maybe they accidentally walk into the green dragons themselves. Dangerous times. Oh, right, you're just gonna straight up just engage in close in range combat, that's okay. Pow! Get him. Get him good. Ah, there we go. Now we've aggroed him. We now know where the fire's coming from. Oh! He's lethal with a pistol, is this Chef Cheeky. Look at all that meat for us to cook. Good stuff. We'll have a little jog. So yeah, so we ran as far and wide as we could. And... Eventually we got back on the road. And we thought, well, okay, well, we can't stay here just in case the farmer is really keen on getting us. So we have to continue on. So we went on and on. Could not find anywhere else to camp up, so we decided, right, well, why don't we just walk home? Bearing in mind that we walked about 10-15 miles to get there. So now it's a 10-15 mile walk back. And on the way there was talk and jovialness and casual... gay abandonment about the whole affair. And on the walk home, more or less, total, abject silence. We thought we were the kings of the world, going off on a little journey. And as we were coming back, nope, nada, zilch, nil pois, nothing for us. Good God, did we give it a go. And by the time we got back to near our houses, the sun was just rising. And... yeah. That was a fun excursion. I then put my rucksack in my bedroom, and for a good couple of years, I never opened it again. And that was more or less towards... ooh, our stash is somewhere around here. I think it's near the tree, maybe. Possibly. Maybe in the branches, maybe? Possibly? Where are you, Mr. Stashman? You are... you're a companion. You are more or less here, aren't you? Unless you're in the rocks. I can never find the bloody stashes. That's my main problem. I walk away from it. And then maybe it'll give us a clue by its name. Right. Zoom in. Magnify. Stash. Nope. No clues for you. Are you by the bushes by any chance? Nope. Right, so you are definitely... Oh, you're up there! How the bleeding hell am I supposed to get up there? Oh, I've got to, right, do some parkour. Okay. In the bloody rain as well. Tell you what. And I think that's where I have my really massive aversion to rain. Because sleeping rough, there's no greater enemy than rain. And living in England, let me tell you, there's plentiful amounts of rain always on the go. So you've got to be careful. Make sure that you don't get too wet. Well, this is how I'm meant to get it into it. Walk on the branches. And then I parkour up. Nope. Right, I'll cut this out. No, well, I can't seem to get it. I can get about here. Try and jump over here, because I assume that's where it wants me to go, but... Nope, I cannot seem to reach that, so... Well, you know what, that walk was a waste of my time. Dear oh dear. But that's okay, that's fine. We've got a save point here. Sometimes there's a dude in here that might be friendly to us, who will then sell us stuff. And we've still got all this stuff to go about ourselves anyway. It's not the destination or the things we find. It's a journey along the way, isn't it? But yeah, nothing worse in the world than being caught outside in the rain. And there also used to be this little place, well, when I say used to, there still is. It's not been destroyed or anything. In Hull, well, it's a place called Hessel, which is basically a town that used to be outside of Hull, but now because Hull's grown so big, it's kind of, Hull's grown around Hessel. And, well, kind of quasi. If you ever tell someone from Hessel that actually come from Hull, they will be very offended by that. For obvious reasons. And around that neck of the woods, there's a place called Little Swiss. It's named as such because it's quite a mountainous, wooded area. So very much like the nation-state of Switzerland. And we used to go there as kids quite a lot. I used to get on our bicycles. Well, I didn't have a bicycle, but... Well, I did, but it was always broken, and we never really repaired it, ever. The tire was always flat. My parents were always like, it's fine, just go out on it anyway. So, we would go there, and we'd have these epic games of hide and seek. It was very much like... Made you feel like you were some sort of like army man in the bushes. Let's go on top of the hill, so I can see any potential danger. Danger! It's all gravy. It's all gravy, baby! And... yeah, it was interesting, those games of hide and seek. We also used to, and I know it sounds quite corny, but you give a bunch of boys a bunch of sticks, and what's the first thing they do? Well, they have sword fights, don't they? So we would split off into teams, and hide and seek became kind of like, right, you go off in one direction, team of 5 boys, we'll go off in one direction, team of 5 boys, and we'll try and find each other and then win the battle. And that was fun. One time we played a game of hide and seek where I thought, right, there's going to be one place no one will ever find me. Now, it was a mountainous, when I say mountainous, there were lots of, kind of place like this where it's like really steep hills and then really sheer cliffs. Now, on one of these sheer cliffs, there was one of these like really slurpy hills going on there, and I thought, well, if I climb up one of these slurpy hills and then edge my way on top of one of these little craggy bits, no one will be able to find me ever. And I was right, no one did find me. But let me tell you, getting up there was a lot easier than getting down there. And sometimes, in the small hours of the morning, or small hours of the evening, I remember being up on top of one of these things, thinking, shit, if I misstep once, I will fall 20 feet to my own death, and no one will find me for a very, very long time. And yeah, very silly. I'm surprised that... I mean, I'm sure you've probably got stories like this of doing something incredibly reckless and then thinking, holy shit, how did I get to being an adult? How did I survive my own stupidity? Are the people in here? Can't really tell, can you? And if they're regular people, well, learners or stalkers, my freedom friends won't help me. Just because it's bounded with mutants, in which case they will, but I don't hold much hope for that. But yeah, man, it's surprising how absolutely bonkers things were back then. I do remember one of my friends falling off a small version of theirs, bearing in mind that at the bottom of them were broken bits of rock as well. So if you fell off them, you didn't land on grass or anything. No, you landed on several sharp boulders, and he was hiding on his own. Apparently he felt, well, maybe it was a 5-foot fall, but maybe I'm over-exaggerating. It's hard to remember. Everything seems bigger when you're a kid. Everything seems more epic when you're young. And he fell off, and he didn't move, apparently, according to the very nice old couple that came and said to us, hey, you're playing hide and seek. Did you know that there's a young boy over there just on the floor? And, you know, in hindsight, I was like, shit, why don't you, like, go and help him? But apparently, no. Apparently that's just, like, standard old people stuff. It's like, ah, yes, back in my day, falling down 10 feet onto craggy rocks, that's just, put some hairs on your chest. Friends? No friends? I'd prefer no friends. No friends would be a happier state of affairs. Good. Right, there needs to be a fire in here. No baddies. No baddies. You are baddies! And you are a merchant, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna shoot you anyway. I think you are a merchant. Hello? Ah, yes, you are a merchant. Right, don't kill him then. Cool, nice one. Sorry about shooting you in the face. It's hard to remember exactly who is what. Ah, the part of the three stalkers. Right, so light you up. And save. That way... Oh! Tell you what, getting to a save point after all that goes down, remarkably liberating. Right, what have you got on you? What can you sell me? You could sell me that multi-tool... 4,000 rubles there. That's no good for us. Doesn't benefit our life at all. Shall we sell you this nonsense? You do weigh much. You actually don't weigh anything, so maybe we may as well keep you just for the funsies. All this stuff I probably need for repairing stuff. Actually don't need anything from you, do I? I was hoping for maybe something. Nah, probably not. Probably not. I mean, the armor, that's fine. I bought some... Oh, I could sell you this. I don't need you. Yeah, we'll sell you that. And I'd really like... Oh no, we can afford it. So that way we can get rid of individual parts that we need. We're sometimes denied. We can also get rifle cleaning kits and gun cleaning kits. Don't think we need those just yet. We'll figure out rebuilding these big weapons later on. You don't need any of this stuff, do you? Oh, you could have one of those. Gas tube, how's your gas tube? 57. Yeah. Do we? Ah, sod it, while we're here. We're gonna make loads of money as we go about anyway. Well, it's not that heavy, is it? Should have really brought my rifle because I actually have no idea what I need to buy from this geezer. Are you a rifle? What do you go for? Automatic rifle. Oh, it tells us what kind of weapons it goes for. Okay, well, shopping's boring. And any equipment repairs that you can give us? Or any upgrades even? Rupture resistance. Durability. Weight carry. Radiation resist. Ah, you're all expensive there. Nah, I don't need you. We'll repair and regain. We'll upgrade when we get back to HQ. I think that's the wisest thing to do. Right, so. Where are we now? What's our next mission? Do we stick on the road, where it's easy to spot baddies, or do we go through the woods? Probably the road. Go through into Cordon, and say hello and deliver our package. And also snag the backpack behind the bush. It really annoys me that that other thing here I could not for the life of me reach. But life in the zone. No one said it was going to be easy. No one said it was going to be easy at all. But actually, well, I've got no major thoughts going on. We can spare a bit of running. It's hard to run and talk at the same time when you've got to be aware of absolutely everything. But on the hill, actually we could probably see a lot more on the hill as well. The weather's not been kind to us. Mist in the morning, rain in the afternoon. What time is it? It is 11:14. So we've been out for a good majority of the day. Should be a problem. It's only a boat. Ooh, that's not good. Where can you see that, Mr. Freedom Man? Watch out for the anomalies. Where are these so-called boars you can see? Don't mind being on top of a hilltop. I don't know if that makes us bigger targets for anyone else. I don't know if they can smell us around the corners, the crests of these hills. Hello? Friendly pigman? Nah, we're alright, are we? We're on our own. Oh, actually, there's a oh, there's loads. Bloody hell. There's tons of them. Shit. Kill my friends, please. Kill my friends instead of me. Good lord, that's a lot. That's so many. Oh, all my friends are dead. All my friends are dead. Oh, no. There's no way I signed up for. Ooh. Oh, bob and wave, bob and wave, bob and wave. Oh. Well, I mean, lost my friends. Oh, were you not even real? Were you just psychic ones? Maybe. Can never tell in the zone. Have I got no bullets left for this gun? No, neither. I've got plenty. Oh, I can't reload because it's fully reloaded. Okay, alright. Ho-hum. It's mysterious. But my freedom friends probably have got loot that I can take. I mean, they're not using it anymore, are they? Ooh, he says. There's no bodies. So that makes me think that there is a psychic mutant nearby. It's up to no good. Oh, it's tense. Yeah, the way that the colour changes. That makes me think there's bad uns about, but you've got loads of really nice stuff on you. I'm sorry to say it. Oh, so some of them were real at the very least. Mutant side dog. Oh, was it just one dog just manifesting more dogs? Very uncouth. Well, we've at least regained our money. Ooh, dirty bolt, we'll take you. Field strip the bolt. And then dirty trigger mechanism. Oh well, we've assembled you entirely, so we'll just take everything, shall we? And the bolt as well. Nice. So, okay, we may not have got a resounding resolution from that care package, or that crate that we were trying to get from the tree, but we've got a decent amount of stuff from those guys. Not bad at all, Mr. Landshark, not bad at all. It all comes up smelling like roses at the end of the day. How far are we from the exit? I don't think we're too far. We are quite far. We are quite far indeed. We're taking no damage from that engagement. Are you impressed? I'm impressed with my survivability in that situation. Always run. You can always run away from your problems in the zone. Although walking through anomaly field, not a great idea. But we do what we must. There's no baddies for now. So actually, looks like we're on the home stretch to get out of this area. Don't like the rain there. Makes it very hard to see things. Still got to keep our ears and eyes peeled. You never know when there's a bloodsucker or a lurker bounding somewhere else. You'll love how in the rain get all these puddles as well. Very aesthetically pleasing. If not giving me some internal chills. I can feel this rain, man. I can just feel it. Don't know where you're born in the world and what kind of weather is common around your neck of the woods, but this is very much familiar territory for me and mine. It'd be a bright summer's day and it'd just be this. But remember this summer, it was very rainy all the way through. You saw on the news, oh my goodness, global warming, it's coming. And I was thinking to myself, half-heartedly, I was thinking to myself, God, can't global warming just happen so we can have a decent summer for once? Well, to be fair, last year's summer wasn't terrible. I remember having to put the fan on for weeks on end. But I don't know, I much prefer the summer. In hot weather, you can always have a cold drink and wear less clothes. But in the winter, if you go outside and you don't have the required layers, you're knackered. Doesn't matter how many warm drinks you drink, you're going to be cold. Are you safe over there? Tractors are friendly by the looks of things. So I'm going to be very, very careful. Any mutant parties, we'll have to take them on all by ourselves. And it's a lonely place in the zone. We've got no friends, but at least we've learnt our lesson. Don't rely on freedom. Oh, your thing. What are you? You're you are dogs. Dead, please. Please die. Oh. Thank you, Anomaly. So you can always rely on the zone to help as well. We'll harvest you. We'll cook you later. A hearty broth for the boys, the broth boys. Can't say I'm much into cooking. Although, as part of the mental health recovery, I've massively got back into cooking. I remember in the deep, dark recesses of depression, I would more or less exclusively eat pizza, mainly because I'd get home from a day of work, slam something in the oven for about 20 or 30 minutes, and just eat whatever came out. You are a boar. Can I harvest you? Yes, I can. And we've got delicious boar chops for all the family. Yeah, but we're trying to get into cooking, and I can make pasta with tomato sauce and chicken. That's the one meal that I have mastered so far. Mainly because making other sauce is a lot more difficult. I've attempted to make a sweet and sour sauce that sometimes runs like water, sometimes thick like a gloop, but not quite mastering it. Look at all those artifacts in there that we could make use of, but we can't because we'd die. Because we're just wearing a face cloth. That's not going to save us from radiation, is it? I guess we're going to have to walk away the long way around. No point in risking going through it. Not after all these ill-gotten gains we've got. It doesn't seem like there's many more baddies, and if there are, hopefully we can aggro them towards the green dragons over there. But yeah, I'm not too skilled on the old cooking department. What did I attempt to make the other day? It was... Oh, it was green pesto, is what I tried to make. You get a bunch of bay leaves, some pine nuts, some olive oil, and then you blend it all together. Now, I made mine with way too much oil and took it to work. Most of the food stayed in my little Tupperware box, but the oil seeped through into my bag. To this day, 2 weeks after pesto, post-pesto, some would say, the oil is still there. Smells nice, though. Well, delectable. But this is definitely the end. This is the end, hurrah! Huzzah, indeed. A nice, happy save point for me and mine. Don't want to hang about too much, though, in case somebody transfers through. Last thing I want is, like, being surrounded by a couple of loner stalkers in this particular area. But straight out of here, it should more or less be bandit friendly on this side of Cordon. Usually is. We've got a guy to deliver a package to, so and those people are not normally on their own. Oh, there's cats! Bloody cats! You fucking... Oh, I hate it. Just die, please. Ah, bloody Nora. Straight off the bat. Please. Stop moving! Good lord! And there's radiation everywhere. Right. Panicking. Panicking. Bugger. That was not what I was expecting. Straight out the... Well, at least we saved. At least it was an auto-save there. So we know what's coming, right. Shoot the big cat in the face. Don't panic. Rule number 1 of fighting cats. If this was an Iron Man playthrough, I'd be so angry right now. Right, bang, and... Calm. Super calm. We're gonna reload, and we're gonna bob and weave. We're gonna bob and weave. There we are. Right. That's what you should really do when fighting cats. Just be calm. Don't run in the radiation. And breathe. Okay, alright. Let's take a lay of the land, shall we? So we have got our friends there. Just need to follow the road. And then we're good as gold. That is the starting bit for if you're playing as the regular dudes, as the stalkers. So we sneak down here, look at that backpack behind a bush without these guys bothering us, and then probably make our way over to... Yes, this is where we need to go. How long have I been recording for? 1 hour and 10 minutes. So maybe what I might do is actually deliver this package and then say sayonara for another little while. And then probably play it on my other thing, my other playthrough. Just for funsies. Just so I can maybe listen to... Because I also like to listen to podcasts while I play this game sometimes. I'm a big fan of the official podcast. Anything with Critical Moist Critical in it, sorry. Huge fan of that dude. He's like the Keanu Reeves of the internet. Big fan. And there's the... Oh, what's it called? The Cream Crew. Also a big fan of those boys as well. They do a lot of animations and stuff. Used to be a big fan of the animation scene on YouTube. For the Ego Raptors and all those guys and Psychic Pebbles. Animation kind of fell off on the Tinterwebs though, didn't it? There used to be... Oh, what was it? Harry Partridge. Not the actor, but the animator. It's Steve and the Lesbian, which is still to this day... There's so many quotable moments in all those animations. My friends to this day, we still just like... In fact, like, sometimes I'll rewatch them. And I'll hear a feeling and think, oh my goodness, I say that all the time. Still, and I completely forgot that that's where I got most of my vocabulary and sayings from. So that's quite fun. But look at us, we've made it. We have absolutely made it. So I'll tell you what, yes, I shall deliver this package. And we'll rest up here. And then next time I think of something to talk about, then we'll do another one of these talky bits. Or if I'm too busy to make a regular episode of anything else, then I'll just pull one of these out my backside. And that will be content for the day. Because like I say, this is quite fun. Easy to do. Because I play this anyway. It's no added pressure onto my workload. It's just gonna be doing this no matter what. So may as well do it. So yeah, cool. I shall see you all in a bit. Peace.
Ты волыны не свети, нехрен.